Hello, my name is Markus Nystedt and come from the company Lamor Corporation. Today I'm going to present you the Lamor Brush Adapter, LBA. The brush adapter is a brush module to be fitted on a wear skimmer to improve its recovery capability. The brush adapter consists of 4 brush wheel banks, each one having an own scraper here at the inner side. It has a hydraulic motor and bevel gears in the 2 opposite corners. It has a lifting eye for lifting the brush adapter only, and a sealing ring that comes between the wear skimmer and the brush adapter. And finally, a clamp with which we secure the brush adapter to the skimmer. To prepare the brush adapter, we need to do a few checks. We check that the skimmer looks okay and not damaged. We check that we don't have any hydraulic leakages. We check that the brush scraper inside seems to be properly installed and tight. The scraper for each brush bank are positioned here, 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 and here. To adjust the scraper, open the 5 bolts with an Allen key. Now the scraper is loose and I can adjust it. The scraper should roughly be so that in the bottom of the scraper eye, the brush shall stick out about 1 millimeter. Once I have the scraper adjusted, I will lock the bolts. We check that the rubber seal is intact, and we check that the clamp is okay. To prepare and install the brush adapter on the wear skimmer, we need first to start with assembling the wear skimmer. Secondly, we're gonna remove the wear lip and bellow from the wear skimmer. Then we're gonna place the sealing on top of the wear skimmer. After that, we're gonna lift the brush adapter on top of the wear skimmer and fit it so that we have the hydraulic connections towards the rear. Then finally, we're going to secure the brush adapter on its position by using the clamp, which secures the brush adapter to the wear skimmer frame. Now we have installed the brush adapter on top of the wear skimmer. Now we need to adjust the floats so that the brush adapter will be in its proper position. A proper position for the brush adapter is such that the brushes are about 2 centimeters, 20 millimeters in oily water. For the float adjustments, verify the proper flotation by putting it in water. If it's floating too deep or too shallow, lift it up and adjust accordingly. The brush adapter has 2 hydraulic lines, 1 pressure and 1 return. The connecting is done by first checking that the connector looks okay. Then I will pull back the sleeve on the female connector, insert the connector into the other, and finally locking it with the black locking ring. And the same for the other connector. Now we have fixed the brush adapter onto the wear skimmer. We have connected it to the hydraulics and check that it seems to be okay. Now we will make a short test run to see that the brushes rotate freely before we lift it into water. Now we have done a test run and see that the brushes rotate okay. Then we need to lift it in water. The lifting is done only from the lifting eye of the wear skimmer. The lifting eye for the brush adapter is intended only for handling the brush adapter alone. When the wear skimmer is in water and floating properly, you can engage the brushes. from the hydraulic lever at the power pack. Adjust the speed according to the oil you're going to recover. Too fast speed will give you too much water. Too slow speed will give you a smaller capacity. If the brush speed is too slow, it will reduce your recovery capacity. If the brush speed is too high, you may get water droplets among your recovered oil. Adjust the pump speed according to the recovered capacity. In case you get debris into the skimmer, disengage the hydraulics from the lever at the power pack and remove the debris. If not possible to remove it in water, lift up the skimmer on land and remove the debris. To stop the operation, the hydraulics is disengaged from the power pack. After that point, you can lift up the skimmer, let it drip off a little before lifting it on land. When lifting it on land or deck, please have something to cover your deck because the skimmer will be oily and wet. To clean the brush adapter, put the brush adapter on a cover or in a test basin. Then connect the hydraulics again and run the brushes so that the scraper will clean the brushes as much as possible. If possible, you can use diesel to clean the brush adapter more thoroughly. For the aluminum parts and the remaining part of the frame, you can use warm water and solvents or detergent, petroleum-based. However, if you clean the brushes with water, it should not be more than 60 degrees and you should not direct the pressure washer directly on the brushes because that may damage the bristles. After washing, let the skimmer dry. If there is still oil on the skimmer, you can dry it off with a cloth. For the maintenance, there are a few things that can be done. The scraper, if they're worn, they can be replaced. The brush wheels can be replaced. They can be replaced by opening the side covers and removing the shaft. To remove the shaft, open the bolts that lock the shaft in position. Remove the clamps and open the other side of the brush adapter and remove the shaft. In two of the corners of the brush adapter, we have the bevel gears. They should be greased and also the bearings should be greased. To remove the bevel gears, open the locking nut on the side of the gear, pull it back and then pull out the first one and then the second one. Also check that the hydraulic connectors are okay. If they are damaged, they should be replaced. And check and inspect the clamp and the seal. If they are damaged, they should be replaced. The brush adapter should be stored on a flat surface in a way that it will not lay on the hydraulic hoses. Likewise, make sure that nothing lays against the brushes.